Hello, my friend. This is Clyde. The secret of a miracle. What is a miracle? Over the last few days, I have been learning the definition of a miracle. A miracle is something that you cannot explain. You can describe it, but you cannot explain it. A miracle is something that a human cannot do. Humans can produce or make this happen out of their skills and knowledge and ability, but humans cannot do miracles. That makes a miracle something supernatural. Jesus is the miracle worker. Let us talk about that some more. When the angel visited Mary, he said to her, "Do not be afraid, Mary. You have found favor with God. You will conceive and give birth to a son, and you are to call him Jesus. He will be great and will be called the Son of the Most High." Luke 1, verse 30 to 32. That son grew up, and at age 30, he turned up in a synagogue in Nazareth, and they gave him the scroll of the prophet Isaiah. And this is what he read out loud. "The Spirit of the Lord is on me, because he has anointed me to proclaim good news to the poor. He has sent me to proclaim freedom for the prisoners and recovery of sight for the blind, to set the oppressed free, to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor." Luke 4, 18 to 19. That son, Jesus, is a miracle worker. We see the first one in Cana of Galilee. He attended a wedding with his disciples, and his mother, who heard the great promise that he would be great, she too was at the wedding. A miracle is about to happen. Let us go to the scripture. His mother told the servants, "Do whatever he tells you to do." She had no idea what was going to happen, but she knew two things. Firstly, they had run out of wine at a wedding. That is a problem. Secondly, she brought the problem to Jesus. Who is Jesus? She was told before he was born that he would be great. He said that he was anointed by the Spirit to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. A miracle is the Lord's favor. Mary stepped out of the way for Jesus to do the miracle. Do whatever he tells you to do. Now, this is where it cannot be explained. Jesus told the servants to fill the 6 water jars with water. Then he told them to draw some out and take it to the master of the banquet. What did they take to the master of the banquet? Water? They did so, and the master of the banquet tasted the water that had been turned into wine. He did not realize where it had come from, though the servants who had drawn the water, they knew. Then he called the bridegroom aside and said, "Everyone brings out the choice wine first, and then the cheaper wine after the guests have had too much to drink. But you have saved the best till now." John 2, 9 to 10. The servants poured water into the jars. The servants took out some of the water and took it to the master of the banquet. That man not only drank wine, but he drank the best wine ever. The miracle happened. Jesus turned water into wine, but Jesus did not do. He simply told the servants what to do. A miracle is the favor of the Lord, and you cannot explain how it happened. You simply have to accept it for what it is. Then there was a blind man we find in John 9. Jesus said something important. His disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, that this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" "Neither this man nor his parents sinned." Jesus said, "But this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him." A miracle is something that the works of God might be displayed. Jesus said he was anointed by the Spirit to proclaim the year of the Lord's favor. A miracle is God's favor. That is why we cannot explain it. In the case of the blind man, Jesus made mud, rubbed the mud on his blind eyes, told him to go wash in the pool of Siloam. He did, and he came home seeing. You cannot explain a miracle. Jesus was called up by his disciples because the boat on which they were was caught in a raging storm. Jesus stood up and he said to the waves, yes, he spoke to the waves, "Peace, be still." Then the wave died down and it was completely calm. Mark 4, 45 to 41. A Syrophoenician woman came to Jesus to drive out a demon out of her daughter. She did not bring the daughter with her. In an exchange of words, she showed her faith. Jesus said he could not take the children's bread and toss it to dogs. The woman said, "Even the dogs under the table eat the children's crumbs." Then he told her, "For such a reply, you may go. The demon has left your daughter." She went home and found her child lying on the bed and the demon gone. Mark 9:24-30. You cannot explain a miracle, my friend. Jesus spoke, and the demon in the girl, who was not even present where Jesus was, left her. You need a miracle. There is a need in your life that the only solution is a miracle. You have tried several things, some practical, some through professionals, but nothing has happened. A miracle is a response to a need or a problem. A miracle needs Jesus. He is the only one who does miracles. A miracle needs faith. You have to believe that Jesus can do something that will be the Lord's favor. A miracle needs your faith. His mother said, "Do whatever he tells you to do." The woman said, "You don't have to give me bread. I will take the crumbs. Just release your favor over my daughter." I don't know what is your story, my friend, but I know you need a miracle, and I'm introducing you to the miracle worker, Jesus. Watch and see him do something miraculous for you when you call on him.